Every heartbeat tells a story. Every child leaves footprints that time cannot erase. Some voices are taken far too soon, but love refuses to let them fade. Quiet morning, a gentle breeze, whispers dancing through the trees. One small heartbeat changed the skies, now forever in our eyes. Though the silence feels so loud, your light still shines above the clouds. We won't back down, we will stand our ground. Can you hear us now? This is justice for Corey. Your voice, your spirit will always be heard. Your name will live beyond every word. We'll stand together, proud and strong, keeping your memory marching on. Rebecca found a voice through pain, turning tears into purpose again. Though the road is steep and long, love has become her battle song. She shares the stories others fear, so every child is seen and heard. For every family carrying loss, for every life forever crossed, may compassion lead the way, bringing hope another day. One heartbeat can inspire thousands more to open every forgotten door. We won't back down, we will stand our ground. Can you hear us now? This is justice for Corey. Your voice, your spirit will always be heard, echoing louder than every word. No darkness can erase your light, we'll keep it burning through the night. The wind still carries your gentle song, reminding us where hope belongs. Every sunrise, every dawn, your memory keeps leading on. A heartbeat echoes deep inside, where endless love will always reside. Rebecca's heart was tested twice through unimaginable sacrifice, yet she chose to stand once more, fighting for every child she's fighting for. Determined, fearless, standing tall, refusing to surrender at all. Though storms may gather overhead, hope walks where courage treads. Every child deserves to know a world where love can safely grow. We'll keep speaking hand in hand until justice fills this land. We won't back down, we will stand our ground. Can you hear us now? This is justice for Corey. Our voice, your spirit will always be heard, forever carried in every bird, every heartbeat, every prayer, a promise that we'll always Memories never fade. A heartbeat may become a memory, but a life filled with love becomes a legacy. And this story will always matter.
Oh, Rebecca, I love that song. I absolutely do. How are you tonight?
Hey, Mindy. How are you?
Great, great. I love that song.
Yeah, me too. It's really cool. I'm so happy that you were able to get with Viper and make it happen.
Yes,
It's beautiful.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks
And
to
we got,
Viper.
we got a little spoiler alert. We have another intro that we're going to be introducing, showing maybe tomorrow, soon. Rebecca, how much do you love that one?
Oh boy, I don't even know. I think I love that even more than this one. Um,
I know. I
yeah,
love that one more too. This is great. The other one's amazing.
yeah,
So let's say hello to my girl popped up. And we have Leesky. She's so excited. I already posted two more, it says. Two more
oh
to hit your
yeah,
goal. Then Howard, what's up? AD. So we're very aware that there's another live going on with really, really, really great content. So we are going to be excited to watch him on replay. And
I
he's going to
know.
be,
I wouldn't have planned this had I known. I always try to check, but we didn't even think about it, So it
yes,
was like, oh, is AD going live? And then that's where we left it. Oh, he's not. So, okay, we will,
it's so
and
funny.
I
We
know. It's
actually, we actually said, okay, AD goes live around 10 o'clock. So, I mean, 7 o'clock. So let's not do it then. And then we were like, I didn't even think of Ghost. Ghost is doing live now. So his is amazing content.
yeah,
He told me what it was going to be about. He's doing something. Let's see. He's exposing someone that did some stolen valor and someone that's supposedly been on Chris Hansen. Pretty heavy topic. So it's going to be
yeah.
cool. You got to head over there and watch that. Elizabeth is here. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey.
So he's got some pretty good stuff. He's going to pop over when he's done with his live, and he's going to come and say hi to us. Yes,
That
AD.
sounds good.
Yep, you're good until 7. We knew that. That's why we sort of planned it a little bit early.
Yeah.
So we knew you'd be right after us. We'd send our couple of people, our couple of subs over to you that we got from you, right?
Right. Now, I mean, I was going to say, we only got to this point, obviously, for those, who have been around from the beginning, but AD really has sent us so many people, and then Ghost. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
just amazing. The numbers went up right away. And I am so thankful and appreciative, to everybody. Those guys really made it happen.
Yeah, I think Ghost Friends, that you're on the live with,
Yeah.
Lightning Viper has also been.
Yeah. Everybody's been
Mhm.
promoting us. And I think I'm so thankful and so grateful. And I try to do the same. And that's how it should be. But
Yeah.
last night we had nobody to watch last night. I don't think any of our like regulars, were doing lives last night. I think it was last night, right? We were
Yes,
saying
it was
we're bored.
last
We
night.
got nothing.
Yes. Actually, you know what? Benny did one, but I don't know when he did his. His was like 18 hours, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I caught not as it was happening, but later on. And then this morning, I think he did a second one that I watched. So I just didn't know when it was happening. I didn't see it as it was, happening. So
Yeah. I was
um,
up at 3 in the morning, so I could not fall back asleep. I was up at 3 in the morning, so I sort of watched it. Leesky's got a comment. It's all about the community coming together. That's right. That's right, Rebecca. Right.
yeah, I
All love,
think.
Chicky. Up. AD's calling you little Chicky. All
Oh,
love,
boy.
Chicky. It's going to start some rumors.
I know it's getting a little warm in here. Turn my hair down a little bit. Anyway, so obviously, I think the title speaks for itself why we're here tonight. And I know a lot of people have already heard my year's worth of letters to Chris Gregor in prison. Some of you probably have not heard them, but I wrote to him monthly after he was sentenced in August of 2024. And I did it for a year. And then I decided that he, took too much time away from other things, and I stopped writing after 1 year. But, I think about maybe I should still be writing. Maybe I never should have. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And I know a lot of people think, oh, you shouldn't. Why did you bother? What did you expect, to happen? And the answer to that is I have no idea. It just made me feel better to just get my thoughts out, whether, he wrote back or not. I just felt better writing. And if
For an
he
entire year, just to catch everybody up, for an entire year, Rebecca wrote letters to Christopher Gregor after he was sent to prison. And those letters came from a place of unimaginable grief, unanswered questions, and a search for understanding after the murder of Corey.
right. And nothing has changed. I stopped writing. I don't feel any better. And
Now, why did you write the letters? Did you feel better when you were writing the letters, and you haven't been writing letters now? So, that's one of the questions I have. Why you started writing the letters?
because I never got to talk to him after he killed Corey. I never got to say anything. That was everything, all communication was gone. I never got to say what I felt. My victim impact statement was just a small portion of how I felt, and so I needed to write. And did I hope that he responded? I guess I kind of did. But did I expect him to? No, I didn't think he would. But I know that he's read my letters. And I know that before he read them, a guard or whoever else checks their mail read them. So that gives me pleasure knowing that other people know exactly what he did to Corey and to my family. And that's why I'm here, because I want people to know. I don't ever want anybody to forget it. I don't want anybody ever to question what really happened or how it happened. That's why I come on here, and do the things I'm doing.
Did it bring you any peace writing the letters?
It brought me
Or
a little
did it-
satisfaction knowing that I said the things I said to him, and I know how they would bother him. So no peace really, but I was just a little satisfied that I got to make my remarks and nobody could tell me not to.
That's great. I love that. Someone, Leesky wrote, keep writing those letters. He's probably not reading them, but it will haunt his ass till the end. He probably is reading them.
I think he is, because other people have written to him and he's read the letters, and I don't think he could help himself. I think that's just how he is. So I think that he read them. He just didn't want to give me the satisfaction of him responding.
Oh, of course. And you know what? Legally, he probably could not respond.
Well, he is in the appeal process, so I don't know if he's just trying to be very cautious,
Yeah.
But I
My
had
girl
to.
says, oh, sorry.
Oh no, I had to stop worrying about my actions. Oh, if I do this, is it going to cause the judge to do this? Or if I say this, I can't shut up anymore. I can't be quiet anymore. I was not allowed to talk during most of the court proceedings. We were told, pretty much to be on your best behavior. You didn't want to rock the boat, so that's how it was.
Well, you were actually silenced way before that. You were silenced when he was charged with child abuse.
Yeah.
And they were already warning you not, to be careful and not do anything. And then when he got charged, right?
Well, they were telling us about, the Justice for Corey Facebook group that, that could hinder things or screw things up. And I think everybody just wanted it to go away. It would have made it easier for a lot of people, but Bree wasn't having that. And then the Justice for Corey members weren't having it, and I definitely wasn't having that. So we kept making noise. And I think that's how we ended up where we are. Oh, Tiff wanted to know if there was a ruling that he couldn't contact us. And no.
I just put it up here. Yep. Was there a ruling he couldn't contact your family?
No, there's no restraining order. There's nothing. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I just think, he thinks it's bothering me that he didn't respond, and that's why he's doing it. But I know better.
Of course not. I mean, wait till you hear the letters. I mean, they're ridiculous. I mean, you could tell she was getting some joy out of it, if I recall.
Yeah.
Do you recall that?
It was getting a lot of my anger and frustration out, but there's still plenty more for him. That's never going to fade. If anything, it gets more and more each day. I seem to be more angry each passing day. It doesn't get better, and that pisses me off.
He doesn't answer on the tablet, Tiff said.
No, nope.
So let's discuss. Should you write to Chris Gregor again? Like, if you would, what would you say? If not, like, why did you decide to stop?
I just thought maybe, a lot of people were saying that I needed to stop letting him occupy my mind, and, I guess to move forward, whatever that means exactly, that it was probably better if I didn't write to him. And, what was I trying to accomplish? But, there was a lot of people thinking that I probably shouldn't do it. So, and I was thinking, well, maybe they're right. Let me stop writing. And I thought maybe I would feel a little bit better.
Did it open old wounds, you think, or not really? Sometimes?
No, I just, whether I write to him or not, this is the first thing I think about when I wake up and the last thing I think about before I go to bed. And not writing to him doesn't change that. You can never forget when something like this happens. you don't ever forget it. And especially, I mean, when you lose a child or a grandchild, it's hell. For me, it would be different if Corey died from an illness or got hit by a car. You might be able to accept that a little easier, I guess, is the right way to say it. But it's just the way it happened. It
Yeah.
wasn't, it could have been prevented, and so that's, yeah, I don't know.
Elizabeth Green says, always the agenda, silence. We live in a world built on our freedom of speech, but they always try to silence. And that's exactly what was so, if Corey would have passed away, like Rebecca said, in a car accident or of cancer, there's no silence there, right?
Right.
She could speak, and, there's no secrets. There's no, you can't speak about it. It's the opposite. So you could speak to that a little bit. It's very upsetting, actually. But
Yeah.
yeah, it went on, they were silenced for years
Yeah,
from,
pretty much.
2021 to, he was sentenced.
Right. And even, before he was charged with anything, just nobody heard anything that we said. We were dismissed, and just, it was whatever Chris Gregor or his family said, then that was golden, and we were shit, So it even goes, before the court appearances, and, it just, and I just, now I'm not going to back down and be quiet. I'm going to say what's on my mind. And there was a comment, I think Elizabeth wrote something about what was I?
What are you looking for?
I can answer that.
Go ahead. I put it up.
I'm looking to get an email or a written letter back that the inmate that you are writing to has expired. That's what I'm looking for, because then I'd have a party. I would be so happy.
Oh, Rebecca does have nice parties. She does have very nice gatherings.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm hoping to be alive to hear the news that he has taken his last breath. I really, that's what I'm hoping for. And I know that sounds sick and twisted, but I really don't give a fuck.
No, I'm there. I can absolutely relate. I'm there. I mean, Corey is very, very, very real little boy to me. He's a little, it's not just a name. He's much, much more than that. So, my girl Tiff says, if it were me, I'd be writing. There should be no giving him peace.
And that's right. That's exactly how I feel. I want to haunt him. We don't have any peace. So why should he? And I wish other people would write to him and tell him about himself. I know a few people have. I wish that nobody would let him forget it, and his family. I'm not telling people to seek them out, but
No.
Do you think, I hope that if his family, his parents are sitting in a restaurant having a nice dinner, I hope people recognize them and say something. I really do. They shouldn't have any peace. Corey didn't get any peace. They knew what was going on and didn't help him. Why should they have any peace? Why should they have a life?
Yes, that was a great, great point. Really good one, my girl Tiff. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I want them to be miserable. I'm miserable. They should be.
She's adding, be loud, no silence. Be loud, no silence.
That's right.
Like I said, justice for Corey did.
Yeah, we just, we were quiet, and that was getting us nowhere. We followed the rules, and look where that got us, And
Yeah, nowhere. And you know what? Those weren't even real rules. I have to tell you, I've spoken to this point, you know, about some of the rules. Of course, you could not watch any media and you couldn't be there, but some of the other things, like the justice for Corey, that was never an issue. Um, and I don't think that the appeal is based on justice for Corey. I think it's based on something else. So justice for
well, we
Corey
don't
got,
know because his appeal is sealed, as everybody knows,
yes,
because we have to protect our criminals in this world.
yes, yes. Well, we could talk about that another time about the appeal, any updates. We're not going to get any update until a decision is made, and that will be the only, you know, live on that pretty much. The decision will have to be made. But so Howard said, I didn't mean make you feel better, make your heart and soul lighter than keep writing him. Aw. What else? He said something earlier. Everyone's grief is different, just like you said, Rebecca, and it makes you feel better. Keep writing him. And then the other one was, I didn't mean to make you feel better. Okay, gotcha. If it makes your heart and soul lighter, then keep writing him. Yeah, absolutely. And she says that she would welcome anybody. If anybody wants to write him, it's not like no, you can ask him legitimate questions.
Yeah, I'm not asking people to send them hate mail.
No, absolutely
That's
not.
what I'm trying to do. So I don't even want to go there with that. But
Yeah, but it's public knowledge where he is anyway, and anybody can write him. And he probably is getting a lot of fan mail if I know him, because didn't he like love OnlyFans or something?
He was a bit of a, I don't know what you would call it. He was on several dating websites and adult websites and things. So I think he welcomes the attention. And I mean, listen, if you're spending 20 plus years in prison, you probably would talk to just about anybody, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Tiff said he won't answer, coward. And just me watching, hello, said 100% he should know no peace.
No, definitely not. I mean, like I said, we don't have any peace. So
my girl Tiff, now this is interesting. We got to become friends. I hope I run into him.
we
I'm
are
close enough.
friends, Mindy. You just don't know who she is, apparently. You've forgotten.
I have.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, my bad. I am so sorry. My
Okay,
memory's
so
pretty bad.
she made the beautiful coloring book and stuff.
Oh,
Guilty
hi,
of
honey.
Crime, Jay. Yeah.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
I know you as Tiffany.
Yes.
Hi. I hope I run into him. I'm close enough. Maybe one day. That's right. You're here. You're right. You're with us.
Yeah.
Close enough to visit him. I'm working on getting that paperwork. Ooh, what's your plan? What's your plan? Hildy is saying hello.
Hey.
Hi, Rebecca and Mindy.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, he's allowed to appeal, Howard. And everybody's, the first thing when you go to jail for a long time, whether you have any real reason or not, they always appeal.
Everybody appeals. Definitely.
That's right. You made the coloring books, the beautiful coloring books. They're posted. Yes, they're posted. She made a family one, right? With Corey.
Yeah, we need to put her, remind me to do that later, Mindy. I want to put her business card up because she does wonderful work. And if anybody is ever looking for anything like that, I mean, it doesn't have to be for someone who's no longer here. It could be for any reason, any occasion. She does great work. So
yeah, for anything.
Share that. I think we did it once before. It's been a while though, but we should definitely try to do that because I appreciate everything she's done for me.
Yeah. That was great. That was beautiful. Yeah, so she made the coloring books, and it was just stunning. It was
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
And yeah, it was just
We'll put your information. We can make a post and put your card up. So little bit of Lisa says, I'm behind. Just every time you think of Corey, that monster comes to mind. You can't just move on. What a stupid idea.
yeah, you know, you really can't, because every room in my house there's something here that reminds me of Corey, and the fact that he's not here. You know, and it's always going to be that way, you know, and
Yeah.
you can't just, you can't move on. You're stuck. You're stuck, you know, on that god awful date, you know, that Corey, you know, was taken, and he was murdered. I say taken because
I
I
know.
say murdered
I
sometimes.
say the truth. So Hildy has a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Appeals not always is a good thing for assholes. My abuser appealed and got more time.
Oh wow, I would wish that would be the situation, but who knows? I mean, I don't. I never know what to think. Every time we thought things were going our way, they weren't, and I just never know what to expect. And I've learned just to not expect anything, and then maybe I won't be so upset, right? You know, it's just
Absolutely. So here's to your abuser getting more time. Here's some applause, if I can do it.
ah, that's okay. No big deal.
I did it. I did it. That's so funny. I wanted to show my stuff. Howard has, in my opinion, anyone that hurts a child should not be allowed anything. It's messed up. It's very true. Yeah, they have rights.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, what's this? Just me watching. I will never understand writing a murderer and fangirling. Oh, he should always be reminded of how much of a piece of shit he is. You're right. Yeah, there's a lot of girls that love prison guys. There's a TV show about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, life after lockup and all that. Yeah. And he had a girlfriend during the whole trial. And I don't know if they're still together, but yeah, so if that tells you something, I mean, some people like that.
Yes, yes. So Elizabeth Green asked if he was charged with murder or was it a lesser charge? And the initial charge was murder, but he was not guilty. But he was guilty of second-degree aggravated manslaughter and convicted of felony child abuse. And he got 20 years for the aggravated manslaughter, and he got 5 years for the child abuse. No early release on that charge. Chris Gregor will get just rewards. Count on it. Well, he has. He's, you know, really defamed his family legacy, his family name. You know, his family, he's going to have to live with that. That is a big one because, you know, he really disappointed his dad big time. And that was one of his, you know, things he did not want to do.
Right.
My heart breaks for you and your family. It's so messed up that the victims and their loved ones is the ones getting stuck with the biggest punishments. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You caught us. Yep. You're all caught up a little bit, Elisa. Yeah, he got the lesser charges. And you know, Rebecca, you can explain it if you want, why the murder doesn't stick in New Jersey.
Well, they couldn't prove how he killed Corey.
Exactly. They couldn't prove intent, and they didn't know how he killed him. Like literally, with was it his
Right.
feet? Was it his fist? Was it just what the blunt force trauma was from? And they couldn't prove that it was an intent to kill him. They could
Right.
only prove that his actions resulted in the death.
Right. Which I don't know. It's so bizarre. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's our justice system. I am not even trying to understand it anymore. I just know no sentence is enough.
Yeah, so he's got 20 years, right? And we'll see if he gets early release. But the 5 years, he has to do all 5 years. Okay, so only the 20 years could get reduced if he does good, good behavior. But you know what? At the parole hearings, you have to remember there's going to be people at the parole hearings, and he murdered a child. I don't care who he teaches in jail, in prison. I don't care what literacy class, what math class, or if he can, I don't care what he does. If he folds laundry really well, what else can you do there? If he can scrub toilets with the toothbrush very well, you know, so
Yeah,
that's the end of
no,
that.
yeah, there's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so there's a couple of comments. Let's see. Rebecca, I've always found journaling helps me process pain. It's like writing letters. Yes, whether
Yeah.
you send them or not. Oh no, we're gonna be Rebecca. All right. Well, we're gonna read a couple of comments and then you could discuss. I don't know if you made your decision if you're going to be writing letters again or not.
I don't know. It's kind of, I'm leaning more towards yes than no.
Oh, we should do a poll. Let me see if I can do that while you guys talk. Go ahead, talk.
Um,
I'm only kidding.
but yeah, I think I probably will write again. Just me watching CPS, in my opinion, should be held accountable in some way. They are hopefully going to be held accountable. That's in the process of happening, and I'm hoping, they have to answer for their lack of better judgment, I guess. I don't even know what you would call it. I just don't know how people in that office could have met with Corey and not understood how severe this abuse was. I don't know what they did there. I don't even understand it, and I don't pretend to understand it. It never should have come to that. If, in my opinion, if David Gregor and his wife would have just been honest with themselves and everybody else involved, and CPS, DCP&P, when they were asked, if they could have just admitted that, yeah, our son's a fuck up and he's doing this and we need to help Corey, then Corey would still be here. And that's why, if anybody has listened to anything I've said in the past, I always say David Gregor should be sitting in a cell next to Chris, because he could have saved Corey and he didn't. So that's my opinion on that. So a public journal. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that could be something. I mean, it's not so much a journal, but like just having this channel is kind of my thing. I can come on here and talk about things, and so that kind of is the whole purpose of this.
Aw, that's great. It's actually it's so multi-purpose. We're getting justice for Corey, keeping Gino's memory alive.
Right.
And
So it
you're
serves
getting your,
two purposes for me. So,
yes. But then also it's, keeping, the family like accountable,
yeah.
and that's also about writing letters. What do you think about that? Writing letters, um, do you think that you have any comment about that? Like
What do
it
you
sort of
mean?
holds them accountable. He's got to remember it, and he's got to, hear what you have to say, open it. Do you think it brings any accountability?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand what you're saying.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think it just makes him not live in his delusional little world. Like, not,
Oh, by me writing to him or other
yes,
people?
by you writing to him. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, I believe that that's why I was doing it because, you know, he can deny and, maybe even believe his own lies, but I figured if I kept writing and didn't go away, that would torture him in a sense. And
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it does because he doesn't want to hear about his bad behavior.
Absolutely.
He doesn't want to know about that because that's not who he is.
Hmm. A little bit
But
of Lisa said it's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Little bit of Lisa said it's ridiculous that he got a manslaughter charge when his actions were intentional. He meant to cause harm. Very true. Yep.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
he definitely did. He was mad because Corey told on him. And I mean, I don't know. The guy had a master's degree. He had to have some kind of brain, right? Like, what do you think? You're 200 and something pound grown up beating on a little kid. Did he think that it wasn't possible that he could harm him or kill him? I mean,
They couldn't prove that he was panicking and beat him because he was so upset and freaked out and maybe roided out too. Because I
yeah.
believe he had roid rage.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I think he was just hateful. And,
Exactly.
I think his father made him participate. I don't want to call it participate, but they were concerned about what people would think when they realized Chris fathered this child. So they had to try to take control and make themselves look better. And I don't think Chris wanted any part of that, but David wasn't going to have it any other way because he had to try to redeem, the family name.
And look
So,
what happened. Now look what
right,
happened. His family there is like international news. His
yeah.
name is international, with crime. So we have, who's that, Tressa Baker?
Hmm.
I would write this coward every day. He needs to be reminded every day that what he did to his own son.
Yeah.
I I definitely agree. Every day though, yeah, keep everything in his face. Do it, Rebecca. If you
Yeah.
feel it, Marilyn M. All right. Hello.
Well, I'm going to start reading some of my letters. And like I said, I know some of you have already heard them. Maybe some of you haven't. But so I wrote to him every month after he was sentenced to prison. Um, and then, so I'm going to start with the first letter. And I think that was a real short, simple one. So, Mindy, you ready?
I am so ready. Now tell us the date if you can. If
Right.
you can
So
you
he was sentenced in August of 2024. So my first letter was September 10th, 2024.
right after. Okay,
Right.
within a month.
So
Awesome.
it was really simple. All I wrote was, I'm requesting a visit. Add me to your list, and that's it.
I love it.
So that was the first short, you know, letter, and then I followed up October 22nd, 2024 with, I don't expect to hear back from you, but I will continue to email you so you know that I've not forgotten you. I'm a believer in God, and God does see everything, as I told my grandson when he asked if God could see what you were doing to him. One day, as you are taking your last breath alone, maybe you will tell someone what you did on April 2nd, 2021. I won't ask you because I already know. I also know you attempted to have Brianna killed while you were in county. That's not wise, but I expect nothing less from you. She's protected. We all are. You won't get another opportunity to harm my family. I pray daily you are feeling just like my grandson felt in your presence, afraid, hungry, in pain. That online master's degree didn't make you a man. It's a joke. My grandson deserved a father, not a monster like you. I'll send a stamp in case you decide to write back. I won't hold my breath. Hope your appeal is going well. It takes a long time. Must be so difficult looking at the same walls with no freedom to go outside when you want. Very much how my grandson felt when he was with you. Have a nice day.
Oh boy, you got some dig. Wait. You got some good digs in there.
Yeah, and I tried to remember to end most of my letters with have a nice day, because when Chris would tell me off through text message, that was always the last. Have a nice day was always how he would end it. Like whatever that means, I don't, he wasn't.
What's your favorite dig? What's your favorite dig in that letter?
I guess, I really just about him taking his last breath alone and afraid and all that.
Yeah, his last breath alone and afraid.
And most of my letters are very much like that. Because that's just how I feel. And I didn't separate, like the letters weren't always like a month apart. It could be, just when I felt like it,
My girl Tiff says, "Oh, I hate that my daughter's father used to end texts like that."
Yeah, like what does that mean? Is that supposed to be like an insult or like? I don't understand that, but that's how he would always, say things. He would always end it with "Have a nice day."
Just Me Watching said, "I love how you make him think about how Corey felt when he was hurting him."
Right.
That was great. Yes, I think that's my favorite one. Just Me Watching. All right. Sarcasm. All right, who loves it? A little bit of Lisa loves sarcasm. So do I.
Me too.
All right, I'm muting. You go.
So the next letter is dated November 12th, 2024. Good morning, Chris. I'm hoping your short time in prison has given you time to reflect on the heinous acts you committed. I know you are filing an appeal, but honestly, you and I know that won't set you free mentally. If you got out tomorrow, you have to live with the facts. You can deny it and maybe even convince yourself you didn't do it, but I know somewhere inside that head of yours, you know what you did. The sad thing is your family never reached out to offer condolences. They've decided trying to save their name is more important than the life that was lost. Corey was their first grandson, nephew, but nobody is grieving Corey. It's very sad. Let me tell you about my grandson. Corey was a beautiful child. He was smart way before you came around. He was funny. He was loving and caring. You wanted to take credit for his academic accomplishments, but honestly, his pre-K teachers and Brianna and my family get credit for that. Corey wanted a father so bad. He wanted you to love him, teach him, play with him, the things that fathers do. You and your family just couldn't stand the thought of sharing him with my family. You wanted total control. Corey would have done great things had he not been taken from this earth. You were like a sniper. You focused on your target and took him out. Your speech in court was lame. I expected more from you. After all, you have a master's degree in education, even if it was online. It was difficult to contain myself in court, but I did it for Corey. You know, my family loved him more than anything, and you know taking him would destroy us. I predicted what was going to happen, but nobody believed me. You had everyone fooled except Brianna and me. You wanted me out of the picture so you can manipulate Brianna, and you did. Chris, do yourself a favor while you're in prison. Admit your wrongs and take your punishment. Your appeal will take a lot of time and money. Your parents are up in age. Stop wasting their retirement money and just accept what will be, like Corey did. He knew you were going to end his life, and he accepted it. I don't expect to hear from you, but writing to you is like therapy for me. I'm certain the prison staff isn't giving you my email. Got to protect the rights of the criminal, I suppose. Such a beautiful November day today. Do you get outside much? Regards, Corey's Gma forever.
Good ending.
So, I get in certain things I want to say, things I know that are going to bother him, and like I said, I mean, did I ever expect to hear from him? Probably not. Was I hopeful? Yeah, a little bit.
In the beginning, right? In the beginning,
I'm not
you were
going to lose
hopeful that he might.
sleep over it, though. I mean, if he doesn't write, he doesn't write, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
But I know somebody's reading my letters.
Someone is. Oh, you're right. Marilyn M. said, Rebecca, you have shined bright like a diamond from the beginning. Keep the hugs for Corey coming blessed.
Thank you.
And also, Tiff says that the way they end, that their texts is, they want the last word.
So, like, have a nice day. It's like, that's it. I'm shutting you down. I've said it, and that's it. Yeah, that's what I figured. But
yeah, absolutely. Twisterella is here. Hello.
Great.
Hello, Twisterella. Thanks for coming over.
Hi. Glad you're here.
Yep. Someone just said like and subscribe. Like and share for Justice for Corey. Oh, Jay, Guilty of Crime. Hi, Jay.
Hey, so glad you're here.
Rebecca's reading some of her letters. It's been a year she's just writing letters to Christopher, so she's reading some of her
Jay
letters.
Knows that. I used to go on Guilty of Crime. She allowed me the opportunity to come on and read my letters on her channel, so she's very well aware of the letters.
I have to share with everybody here, if you guys don't know Jay from Guilty of Crime, she is really amazing. She's not drama, she's facts, just the facts, ma'am. Details, really great stories, covers all the top news, everything that all the content creators are doing. So yes. I would definitely check her out. We still didn't learn how to drop a link yet, Rebecca.
No, that's okay. I probably never will.
Yeah, but it's Jay at Guilty of Crime. She is the only J-A-I. Jay. Absolutely. Oh, you know what, Tiffany, if you're still on, can you maybe text me and message me how to drop a link on StreamYard? That would be awesome. I could do it. I try to learn from my friends. So Howard got knocked off. He's back.
Oh, no. He made it back on? Okay.
Oh, Little Belisa said, or J, not sure. It's J-A-I.
Yes.
J. Guilty of Crime. Oh, I enjoy the letters. Jay saying, I enjoy the letters being read. And hello, Rebecca and crew. Oh, she's so amazing. I love her. She's a good guy. She's a good girl. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like what I meant by like one of the good guys, good.
No, I know. She's always been so good to us and always, you know.
There she is. It's J-A-I. I love that spelling. Sorry.
Definitely. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my December letter.
Great.
It's December 24th, 2024.
Christmas Eve.
Yep. So
Christmas Eve letter.
Wow, time flies. It was just Thanksgiving and now Christmas Eve. Guess you were on the naughty list. You know, it didn't have to end this way. You had it all, or at least it appeared that way. Corey was a gift, Chris. I don't know why you did it, but I won't ask. Tonight on Christmas Eve, we would be giving Corey a Christmas Eve box. It would have Christmas pajamas, candy, and a few other things. We'd be watching a Christmas movie. You took that from us, and you took that from yourself. Corey could have brought you joy and happiness. I don't know why you couldn't see it. I believe your desire to hurt us was more important to you than trying to be a good father. I know your dad pressured you into taking custody and doing all that you did. I blame him. So my question is, why harm Corey instead of the person responsible for your anger? What is prison like for you? Have you had to show your papers? Do you walk around looking over your shoulder like we do? I'd be more afraid of the monsters in your head than anything else. You are not okay. Pure evil. You know we are in prison too. Actually, we are in hell. That's what you did to us by taking Corey. Let me ask you a question. Did Corey ask for his mommy while he was dying on your couch? Or was he afraid to say anything?
Oh my God.
That selfie you took while Corey was about an hour from death, you did that so that would be the last picture of Corey, so it would haunt us. Sick move. Just so you know, we may be broken and we will never recover from what you did, but we are free. Free to pick a Christmas tree, buy gifts, hug family and friends. The only thing that keeps me going is knowing Corey got his wish. His daddy is in hell. Why don't you write back? Might be good therapy for you. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas in prison to you and all of your new friends.
Well, that was one of my favorites. And it opened up around Christmas time with Corey was a gift.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That was one of my favorites.
Yep.
That was one of my favorites. So we have a question. Just Me Watching says, excuse me, since I'm new, have you written a book? Your words are powerful.
Well, thank you. And yes, I actually have. I just haven't published yet publicly because of the appeal and the civil suit. So I went back and forth. Do I publish? Do I wait? And I decided to wait a little bit longer. I'm not the most patient person around, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to wait. I want to publish before I'm dead. So I will update everybody here on that. But it is definitely, it will happen. It's just a matter of when.
Absolutely. And you know what? Would anybody be interested in hearing a couple of excerpts from her book during one of her lives? Not a lot, but just a couple of excerpts. Yeah. Well, they're great. They're really, really good. So maybe we'll do that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Oh, listen. Little Bit Lisa said, I'm thinking those letters themselves could make a good book. Letters to Corey's Murderer. Oh, the name of it, Letters to Corey's Murderer.
Yeah,
Hey,
actually, they're included in my book, the letters. So the letters are actually in the book.
That's awesome.
But that is a good idea, though. Just that, just the letters. But yeah, wow.
Hey, oh my gosh, I could just see that. Ooh, because it won't affect the case or anything. It's just letters.
Right.
It means nothing.
Exactly.
It's not any. It means nothing. They're just letters to him. Oh my gosh. Wow, I think we really have. All right. So we have Howard saying, "Oh, Howard's air conditioning is out, and he's really, really, really hot." So.
Oh no.
Yeah, keep your spirits up because it says when you get hot, you get really grumpy and uncomfortable, and I get that way. So stay cool. And he said, if you are not already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and like. Yeah, Rebecca's like a couple away from what, 1,000,
Yeah, we
right?
almost have 1,000. It only took a year, but hey, who's
Oh
keeping
yeah,
track, right?
yeah. I was gonna say it's your anniversary, your 1 year anniversary has just
Hmm.
hit. It's
Yeah,
July, the end of I think July, not the end, but in July sometime.
I thought it was June, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it might be June. It might be
Yeah,
June. So
I thought it was June, but
and we didn't celebrate. We didn't
wow.
celebrate. That's a great idea, Lisa.
Sorry, my dog's
Oh,
barking, but
Marilyn says, please share your book, Rebecca. Yes. Okay, that's great. Oh, those letters can help others in your situation. Huh.
yeah,
Oh, it says two away for her. Twisterella said it says two away. Ah.
yeah.
Well, I'm not. I'm sure we're gonna get there. So you ready for the next one?
I think I'm ready. And I just, before I read this next one, I want to explain something, or no, I'll wait till after I read it. I'll explain it. Um, so this is dated January 5th, 2025. Well, looks like we both made it to 2025. Did you stay up to watch the ball drop? Not those balls, silly, the one in New York City. You know, that was a funny because he's in jail. Balls, get it? Anyway.
Yes,
So,
got it.
so this is my monthly letter. I do hope someone is enjoying them. I got to ask you something. That guy who came to court a few times, your uncle, I believe your mom's brother, that's your daddy, isn't it? I figured it out. You are shaped like him. You walk like him. That explains why you are the black sheep in the Gregor family. You are not a Gregor. You are the bastard child of your mom's screwed up brother. See, my theory is your uncle finds out he's fathered a child, you. He tells Caroline and David, and they agreed to take you because they thought they could give you a better home and better life than he could. Am I right? Sort of like how David thought trying to take Corey from us was going to be a good thing. And we all know how that ended. I mean, I think I'm right about you not being a Gregor, right? I mean, call me crazy. You have. But I think I'm right. Do you remember when I gave you the opportunity to walk away from your responsibility? You said no way. You said you wanted to make us suffer or something like that. Then there was the time you offered me money to give you full custody and give up all rights, and I told you to go fuck yourself. And then there was the time you were told by a judge to deliver Corey to us by 5 p.m. on the same evening as one of the many custody hearings, and you didn't comply. You left the state with him, remember? We called the police, but they didn't listen. Nobody could or would listen to us. I could reminisce all night, but they only allow so many words in these emails. I know you will probably live longer than me, or maybe not. But don't worry, when I'm gone, you can Google my name, and I promise you there will be a story of me, about Corey, that you can read. If you are missing my monthly letter, and you will learn a lot about yourself and about my grandson. Why don't you write back? What else do you have to do? Oh, wait, you're worried that your communication with me could affect your appeal, right? I get it. You know, we were so worried about our behavior during the trial. We thought if we acted inappropriately, it would be the reason you would be sentenced to less time. Well, we did everything right, and you still only got 25 years. I know, easy for me to say I'm not the one in that filthy cell. But your actions had consequences. You have a master's degree. You should have known you were going to prison. I mean, you did know that, right? Maybe next month we can talk about your attorney, LOL. Have a nice day. So, where in the part of this letter where I'm talking about he's not really a Gregor and his mom's screwed up brother maybe was really his real father. There was a man that came to court a few times during the trial, and he looked just like Chris, or Chris looks just like him, so much that I thought maybe he could be Chris's actual biological father, and that maybe David and Carolyn just took Chris to try to make a better life for him. I don't know if that's true. It's just a theory I came up with. But you never know, right?
He was at the trial, right?
Yeah, there's a picture of him, and I don't know if you'll ever be able to find it. There's so much footage of the trial. But if you look at him and you look at Chris, I mean, it's like that could be Chris in 10 years or, whatever.
I remember you showing it. I remember seeing it, but it was like a couple of years ago already. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple of comments. I have been listening to all these sublime letters from Jump. You go, girl. And then someone's little bit of Lisa said, oh, perfect. There'll be a story of you and this fight for justice. You bet.
Yeah. That's not going anywhere. I'm going to keep talking. Even when I'm not here, he's going to hear me.
Little bit of Lisa, I remember him from the trial. They identified him. I'm not sure.
I was told that it was supposedly his uncle, and I don't remember where I got that information from. But
probably us. We
Yeah.
figured out who he was because we were all
I guess
there.
in talking to his family, people overheard conversations or something. I don't remember, but
or we pointed and said, "Who's that?" to
somebody,
Jamie or somebody, whoever.
Yeah.
There. Who's that?
Yeah, I wish we could.
Yeah, they said it was his uncle. Where did they say that, little bit of Lisa? On one of the.
I just remember being.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But
that was a very good letter. Oh.
Yeah, it's just my theory. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's my theory.
Yeah. In my opinion, your theory.
Yeah. So I'm going to move on because I might actually read something from my book at the end of this. So I'm going to try to get through these letters so we have time and everybody hopefully will still be here. So I'm going to move on to.
Tiffany, our girl's looking for the pic.
Oh.
All right. Thank you. You're amazing.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, so the next letter is February 17th, 2025. And another month is almost over. Did you think I'd stop writing if you ignored me? It's really starting to sink in. Corey is dead and you killed him. I wonder if you or your family has accepted it. I was always told if you lie long enough, you start to believe your own lies. I look at pictures of Corey and I just can't understand why you would hate him so much. He was absolutely beautiful, smart, loving, and caring, all the things you are not. Maybe that's why you disliked him so much. So where did we leave our last letter? Oh, yes. So you moved to Barnegat to be near Uncle Daddy and to make things difficult for everyone. And so nobody in your family had to witness what you were doing to Corey. Because if you don't see it, then it didn't happen. So many people could have stopped you, but they looked the other way. I blame your family, several law enforcement agencies, family court, DCP&P, but mostly you. I said we would talk about your attorney in this letter, but really what can I say about Luigi? That is his name, right? He didn't do much. I kept waiting for him to perform, but he just sat there mostly looking at his phone. I'll bet your family was upset. I mean, they sold their house to pay him, right? I guess you won't be getting an inheritance. How would that happen anyway? If they expire while you are in there, does the inheritance get put aside for you? Your siblings would probably cut you out anyway because you've cost the family so much already. Does that bother you? the thought that your parents might be dead before you get out? What will you do? Convicted felons have a difficult time securing gainful employment, so I'm assuming you've gotten comfortable with your surroundings. The ugly green chipped paint, the sound of doors slamming, inmates yelling, the smell of piss and other bodily fluids. That's what I remember about Rahway and the weird dome shape of that building. I'm told Trenton is more unpleasant. I remember sitting in the visitor's room, a big cafeteria, all the inmates and their visitors crammed together. You could buy ringdings and Cheetos from a vending machine. I can't picture you and your parents doing that, but damn, I'd pay to see it. I asked you to put me on your visitors list. I'm sure you will soon. I know you are probably in the law library working on your appeal. How's that going? While you are sitting in there, life is going on for everyone. Katie has 2 kids and a husband or boyfriend. She was smart to run from you, but I only wish she would have told me what you were doing to Liam and Corey. Leo is married and having baby number 2. Ashley is married and about to be a mom. And then there is Bree. She is blessing me with my 3rd grandchild. Let that sink in, Chris. You tried so hard to destroy these women, and they picked up the pieces and moved on. You won't have any more kids, thank God. You are not other material. Is Laura still around? She'll grow tired of you, and she'll grow tired of telling you what you want to hear, and eventually she will find someone else, possibly another inmate doing less time. I know you will be angry when you get out, and you will want to make those of us pay for what you think we did to you. I'll probably be dead by then, but if you want to piss on my grave, I'll be near Corey. I've done some research and have only been able to find 2 pictures of you with Corey. One was the first hike you and Katie took him on. The second was the selfie you took when Corey was about an hour from death. I'm sending you that picture. I want to remind you of what you did. I often wonder if he said anything to you while you were ending his life. I had what I thought was a dream about him just after you took him from us. But I found out the next day that I wasn't sleeping. Bree was walking past my room to go into the bathroom. Richie was walking into my room with our dog, and Corey was walking with him. I sat up in bed and reached for Corey. He walked towards me. Sorry.
You want to just get a sip of water for a minute?
Nope, I'm okay. He walked towards me with his arms out, but disappeared just before I could touch him. When I woke up the next day, I told Richie and Bree about my dream, and they informed me I wasn't dreaming, that I was awake, and they witnessed me reaching. I believe Corey came to me because we were so close, and I believe I will one day find out exactly what happened on April 2nd. 2 people were there that day, and one is a murderer. On that note, have a nice day.
Oh boy.
That sucked.
No, yeah, it's okay. Take a minute. You need a sip of water too because you're reading a lot, you're talking a lot. Yeah, very powerful letter, Rebecca. And you know what? Consecutively, like we're hearing it like all in a row, and it just builds and it builds, and it's just better and better and better. Marilyn says she's giving you hugs. A. Donald says you're so brave, and then you cracked a good one. Teresa Baker said, "Good one, Rebecca." Yes, absolutely. So, Rebecca, they're visual, they're so descriptive, they're so well written. Yes, Marilyn agrees with me. Yes, each one is better and better and better. Like, and you know what else? You're asking questions that you really want the answers to. Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking a lot of questions I already know the
Some
answer.
are sarcastic, but
I
there's
just want to hear
I
him
think,
say it.
Aw,
I want to hear him
Viper's here. We're taking a quick half-second break. Say hi to Viper.
Hello, and thank you. Glad you're here.
Yeah, we have, I just want to change the subject for a little second. So yeah, Viper's on, and it's okay, you're late. A lot of people have to work for a living. We understand. Maybe you're one of them. I don't know. But thanks for being here. So yeah, Viper, we have like a new intro that we are very excited about. So, and Viper is the one that gifted it to us, and it's now Rebecca's. So we're excited about that, and we're going to be, doing it. Maybe we could do it at the end of the live. Ooh, I would love to do that. Yes, I think we're going to play it at the end. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Tune in tomorrow. We have a live tomorrow at 10 a.m. So,
I'm just going to move on to the next one.
Okay. You ready? I have one more thing I was going to read if you want in a second.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So Just Me Watching said, wow, if this doesn't affect him in some kind of way, write to him. Powerful, strong woman. Absolutely. Someone's reaching out to give you a hug, Tressa Baker. I wish I could reach out and give you a hug. Well, she gets lots of hugs, but we want the hugs now too. There's a little hug in there. All right, virtual hugs, guys, right? Group hugs. Little Billy said, hi, Viper, thanks for coming. The song is very beautiful. You captured so much emotion. All right, you ready, Rebecca?
I am ready.
Okay.
So this is dated March 11, 2025. What a beautiful day today, nearly 60 degrees outside. I do hope you get outside. Nah, I don't really. You don't deserve to breathe the same air we breathe. I'm a little sad as I write today. The 3-year anniversary of Gino's death is fast approaching. I know you don't care about that, but this is my therapy session, so I get to talk and you get to listen. In a way, I blame you for Gino's death. He was doing great for about 2 years. I believe Corey's murder, yes, murder, that's what it's called when someone kills someone, was too much for him to deal with. I don't think he intended to die. He just wanted to numb the pain. But some scumbag sold him fentanyl. You know the scumbag, but I won't say his name. I'll give you his initials so you can have something to think about later. If you write back with your guess, I might tell you if you're right. His initials are AT. I figured a little trivia may keep your mind occupied. Brianna, Nikki, and I donated a bunch of toys to the Ocean County Victims Advocacy Center last week in memory of my grandson, Corey Travis Micciolo. We will continue to do great things in Corey's memory because Corey was a kind, loving child who loved to help others and make them happy. Definitely not like you. The Victims Advocacy Center, also known as Tina's House, is where victims of abuse and sexual assault go to be questioned about the crimes. Corey obviously never made it to Tina's house, but I know he would have wanted the kids who go there to have nice toys and books to play with. It's alarming how many children are harmed by those who are supposed to love and protect them. Our Facebook group, Justice for Corey, is a group of dedicated people who always chip in to help with whatever donations we choose. You see, Corey is loved in death by thousands of people. Our group donates to different organizations, including the schools Corey attended. You wanted everyone to believe my family was bad, but everyone got to see the truth during trial. I know my letters may get confusing. I do tend to jump from one topic to another. Unfortunately, my mind isn't so sharp these days. I believe the doctors said it's from PTSD, among other things. Don't get too excited. I plan to be around for a long time. I need to ask you a few questions. Why didn't you want your dad to speak at your sentencing? Why did he choose to speak even after you said you didn't want him to? What did you say to your mom during that phone call the night before she was supposed to testify? She really wasn't a good witness, a little ditzy if you ask me. Who did you ask to harm Brianna? Why do you want to harm her? Do you think about Corey and what you did? That treadmill video was disturbing. Do you have nightmares? Do you get meds in prison? Remember you used to say I was bipolar? I think you might be. You might be, and there's medication for it. Do you get visitors? Amy would probably visit if you asked her. I know she visited you in county during the trial. Did it bother you we had so many supporters in the courtroom? One final question. Why did you wink and blow a kiss at me in court? Did you think I'd attack you and get banned from court? I have self-control and never break the law. I have to tell you, seeing you in handcuffs was very amusing. Knowing you are confined to a small, nasty cell by yourself brings me joy. I think about what your life is like daily, and it puts a smile on my face. Have you been in general population yet? Probably not. You can't handle it. You know, they can't keep you in protective custody forever. Other inmates will be coming in, and you will be sent out of your safe zone. Does that scare you? Is your mommy putting money on your books so you can buy ramen noodles and Kool-Aid?
LOL.
How is the food? I know it's not great, so here's a tip. Just eat the hard-boiled eggs, as much bread as you can get. That should fill you. And as much bread as you can get. That should fill you. If you need any other jailhouse tips, just ask. You know I've got friends in low places. I'd be happy to ask them any questions you might have. Wow, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and then the anniversary of Corey's death. You remember that day? Maybe next month we can talk about that. Will you talk about it?
Oh my gosh, go.
It must be eating away at you. Until next time, have a nice day.
Oh, the book should be called Have a Nice Day. Letters to my grandson's murderer. Have a nice day. Oh my gosh, that was better than the last. Again, I can't say it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I had to LOL in the middle. I mean, this is horrible and horrific. But Rebecca's, humor, I love, we're friends. I love her humor and her sarcasm. And let's see, Little Bit of Leaf says, Rebecca, you must find a way to let that piece of shit know how strong you have become. He won't like it, but all of us will. Well said. I love that, Lisa. You're really great at that. Great, great, great. Oh, Marilyn M. Any given grandchild would be proud to have such a loving grandmother. Corey will always be close by to you. And that's true. I mean, you just...
Not close enough. He should be here and Chris should be dead.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that was such a great one. Oh, all in a row. It's very, very powerful. And it's a quick read too, and a nice audible. Someone said, until next time, always more for him. All right. You ready? What are you thinking?
Yep, I'm going to move on.
Oh, what did Viper say? Oh, Viper said powerful and strong message and story. Oh, Viper, you got to watch a replay. I don't know, you missed a couple of them. They build. They're great.
So this next one is dated 4/2/25.
And let him know what date that is.
And here we are, the dreaded day you took my grandson from me, 4 years ago today. We still have his Easter basket from 4 years ago that he never got to enjoy. You ended his life on Good Friday on April 2nd, 2021. We still have his clothes, toys, and bedding. The picture of the solar system still hang on the wall in his bedroom. I know you and Mario wanted everyone to think Corey lived in my basement, but that wasn't true. He had a room right next to mine. I have a finished basement with full-size windows. It's quite nice. That was Brianna's room. I'll be moving out of this house in a few weeks. This is the last place where Corey felt loved and safe, where he laughed and played, where he was allowed to be a kid and enjoy life. This is where we lived while you were abusing Corey for all those months prior to his death. This is where we sat on the phone with GCPMP begging them to help Corey. This is where Corey wrote, "I died," in chalk on the sidewalk 5 days prior to his death. Corey knew he was going to die, and he knew it would be you that ended his life. This is where we were on April 2nd, when you called Brianna demanding Corey's insurance card after you beat him, and waited until he was within an hour of death before taking him to the hospital, refusing to tell Brianna what hospital you were taking him to. This is where we were, calling local hospitals trying to find Corey. This is where we were when we called Barnegat Police begging them to find Corey because we knew you had done something to him. This is where we were when Englishtown Police knocked on the door to tell us Corey was dead. We thought they were wrong. Corey was fine when Brianna dropped him off at your apartment that morning. We knew you did something. You were mad because Corey told the doctors what you were doing to him. You knew you were finally going to have to face the consequences of your actions. You badgered him that morning, slapped him around a bit, then you punched or kicked him, lacerating his heart and liver. And Corey probably never uttered a word because if he did, he knew that would anger you more. He probably became very sleepy and weak. He lost the ability to control his bodily functions. Evidence was on his clothes in your kitchen trash can. His body was shutting down. Corey was dying, and you ordered McDonald's and called your whores and took that awful selfie with Corey, the one where he was barely conscious, his lips were blue, skin was ashen. You finally decided to take him to the hospital. And on the video at the hospital, you leisurely walk in with my dying grandson. No urgency, just casually stroll in. You were definitely a special kind of dirtbag. Wow, I bet your parents are proud. The online master's degree doesn't mean shit now. I still don't know why you did this. You had very little responsibility. I know your dad forced you to be a father. You could have just left Corey with Brianna and visited on weekends, but Daddy wouldn't have that. I mean, what would people think? Chris had a bastard child. We must take him and mold him into one of us. You should have just stood up to your dad and told him you didn't want to be a father. You didn't do that because you didn't want to disappoint him once again. We all know you were a big disappointment. In trouble in Connecticut when you were in college. Remember when you broke into that girl's dorm room and robbed her and two guys confronted you and you assaulted them? Remember the domestic violence charges and the restraining order? How about going way back to your high school days? You were selling weed to a girl and something happened and you put your hands on her. You were a disappointment and you took all of your anger out on Corey. You were not a good kid and the son of a highly decorated state trooper. So I blame your dad for what you did to Corey. He should be in a cell right next to you. Your whole family should be there. They saw what was happening and didn't say anything. They all lied to DCPMP. Brianna has a jacket hanging on her bed. Although his smell has dissipated, she still keeps it there to remind her of the child she loved more than anything. The child you resented, abused, and finally ended his life. They say time heals all wounds, but that's a lie. I'm still as sad, angry, and bitter as I was 4 years ago, maybe even more. I will never forgive you, not that you care. You have some time to think about what you've done. Most inmates, and I love calling you that, turn to religion or gangs in prison. And let's face it, you are not down with the gang life. You are too weak. You only pick on defenseless women and children. So have you found God? Well, look at the time. I have to run. But
have you found God? Go ahead. Sorry, Rebecca.
But don't be sad. I'll write again next month to remind you of Corey's birthday. We celebrate him even in death by making a donation to a school during doing great things in Corey's memory. Put me on your visitors list. I'm dying to see you and speak in person. Bye for now and have a nice day.
Rebecca, you got into criminal history. Guys, if you were listening, I mean, I know you were listening, but if you heard, she outlined his criminal history. And during the sentencing, they put, they do a report, a sentencing report to give to the judge, and he had everything expunged, and everything went away and disappeared because his daddy was a police officer and law enforcement. So he was literally arrested and charged with every crime that Rebecca mentioned, yet they all were expunged or just dropped, and they couldn't, he was not convicted of it, so they couldn't use it. So I just wanted to explain, he is a real big piece of shit with that criminal history. So, Rebecca, again, I'm just like so in awe. I've never heard the letters read consecutively. This is very powerful. I can't tell you. Someone actually, not someone, I don't remember who it was. They said, I love that the truth oozes out of your letters with a hint of spice and a twist of the knife. Twisterella. LOL. Oh, that is well said. I love that comment. A hint of spice and a twist of the knife.
I like the twist of the knife part.
There's my Rebecca. I love it. She's funny. You can see she's so smart and bright, and these letters are great. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah, people are laughing. Twisterella likes that. Howard said very powerful. Yes, very powerful, Rebecca. Yes. Truth to power spoken, Marilyn says. All right. All right. I think I'm really looking forward to more.
All right. So the next one. May 1st, 2014, Corey Travis Micciolo was born. I was there to cut his umbilical cord. When he was placed in my arms, I felt a love like no other. I whispered to him, telling him I was his grandma and I will love and protect him forever. We know that I wasn't able to keep my promise to protect him, but my love is stronger than ever. I will never have another Corey. He was one of a kind. We will celebrate him today because he deserves that. I hope that you have nightmares today and every single day until you take your last breath. I'm told I need to forgive you so I can begin to heal. I disagree. There is no healing from this, and your name and forgiveness are not words that go together. My grandson would be 11 today. I wonder what he would look like now, how tall he would be. You ended the life of a child, and yet you were still breathing. Life is so unfair. I was at the Rum Runner in Seabright recently, and would you believe I ran into Laura? I guess she came to her senses and dropped you. She was with another guy. Nothing special, but she seemed to really like him. Oh, you didn't know? Sorry, I assumed you two had parted ways. Have you put me on your visitors list yet? You must be bored. I'd love to come. I'm not afraid. I visited Rahway several times. I'm quite intrigued by prison life. Do you ever wake up and forget where you are? Do you wish you could rewind and change things? I mean, think about it. You could have just walked away and left Corey with Brianna where he was happy, healthy, and alive. I'm sure your highly decorated retired state trooper dad wishes he'd done the right thing. We are taught to respect authority, but with so many dirty cops, it's hard. I can tell you this, after dealing with law enforcement while you were abusing Corey, slashing my tires and stalking us, if I ever found myself in a situation again, I would not call the police. So what are your plans when you get out? Get married, start a family, commit another crime? Do you think you would remember how to drive a car? I wonder if your parents will still be around. Will your sister allow you to be around her son? He will be an adult by the time you get out. I'm sure part of your parole will be no contact with children. It definitely should be. I have so many questions. I pray daily that somehow someone gets to you and gives you a taste of what Corey felt. I truly believe if you harm and kill a child, you should be taken out in the same way. We are working hard to make sure this doesn't happen to another child. Corey would be so proud. Hoping you have nightmares tonight on what would have been Corey's 11th birthday. Until next time, have a nice day.
These are challenging to listen to, and then you get what, the spice and the knife, right? Is that
Yeah, pretty much.
right? Is that good to say? Cuddle monster. Hey, Cuddle Monster. Howard said, hey, Cuddle Monster, I missed that. And someone said, a selfie. Just watching me, not somebody. Just watching me said, a selfie? This is an evil human, not a man, especially not a father. Yes, he took a selfie. Yeah, with Corey next to him. Go ahead.
He definitely did. And I think he did that, so that would be the last picture of Corey.
He took a selfie to send it to a girl that he was flirting with. He looked good.
I think there was more reason behind it.
Ah, really? That's your theory? Okay. This is the first time I've heard this theory, Rebecca. Share.
No, I do think that he took that because that would be the last picture that anybody ever saw of Corey. But it's not the last picture. I have the last picture of Corey.
Yes. Absolutely.
So Chris didn't get that. Unfortunately, my last picture of Corey was in a casket, but I do have it.
It's so amazing. Little bit of Lisa commented, I had an ex in jail for aggravated assault against me. I knew people in LE. I got law enforcement. I got word out to have the guards go around whistling the man's favorite song, LOL. It gave me joy. So you have a little bit of spice. There you go. That's funny. There you go. Hopefully that worked out well.
So the next one is very short, and it's in May. I was thinking, maybe you're not into writing. You can call me. I'll put money on my phone, and I put my phone number, and that was it. I'm being sarcastic, but I did give him my new phone number because it changed. So
yeah. With your letters asking him about having children and, everything, I mean, it's crazy. You make them think about all these things, yes.
So then I stretched out my next letter until almost the end of June, which was June 25th, 2025. And I wrote, hey there, did you think I gave up? Not a chance. I'm here until you or I take our last breath. It's so hot, even with air conditioning, almost like hell. I guess we should get used to the heat because if we don't admit our wrongs and confess our sins, we will feel the heat. Do you believe in God? Have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? I can't imagine having done what you did and having to live with that guilt. It must be torture. Don't get it twisted. I don't feel bad for you. I know you feel joy knowing the torture you are putting me and Brianna and the rest of my family through. We are hanging in there. We are not as weak as you thought. We are like soldiers in the infantry. We fight, we survive. I wish you would have allowed yourself to get to know me, Corey, and my family. Instead, you made up this story about us to make yourself look good. You didn't have to do that. Although Corey was conceived in a way that was not traditional, I was able to allow myself to think maybe you were just young, dumb, and under the influence of something. I was hopeful that you and your family would be a positive influence in Corey's life. Corey was a beautiful child. He was smart, loving, and thoughtful way before you came around. My family taught him to love all people, no matter the color of their skin, body type, or sexual orientation. You came into the picture and tried to make Corey like you. The hate you have for Brianna and my family is only because we told the truth about you and we wouldn't allow you and your family to take control. You know we were good to Corey. You know he was loved and taken care of. You had to make your family and everyone believe Brianna and my family were bad so you could look better. I know if you lie enough, you start believing your lies, and I think that's what happened with you. I know your parents aren't stupid people. I mean, we all heard about the highly decorated career of your father and everyone in the family having master's degrees on something. They must have thought at some point that Corey was 5 when they met him. We had cared for him and never had DCP&P involvement until you came around. Didn't they find that odd? Especially your father, the highly decorated, educated, retired, Homeland Security, blah, blah, blah. He was trained to investigate and see things that may not align with what is being told. Did he ever say to you that this is strange? The people who raised Corey never had problems until you came around? I often wonder what the conversations were about between you and your dad. He had to know you were lying at some point, but protecting his family and reputation meant more than protecting Corey, his grandson, his first grandchild. I don't know how any of you sleep at night. I know if Brianna or any of my children harmed a child, especially one of our own, they would be on their own. I would not support them in any way. I think your family had so much hate for us because of all the lies you told them that they couldn't love Corey. It's very sad. Corey loved your family in the very beginning. He very quickly learned he was not accepted. He often told me how nobody really hugged him or said, I love you. He said he would say, I love you to you, and you wouldn't respond. It broke his heart. He only wanted you to love him and be proud of him. He wanted a dad. I hope one day you realize what you did. You took the life of a child who would have done amazing things. He would have made us all proud. He definitely would have gotten a master's degree and beyond. You were sitting in a prison that I'm certain is a far cry from how you are used to living. We are living a nightmare daily, and I know that makes you happy, but we are free. Corey is free from the abuse and daily pain you inflicted, but he should be here to see the justice. I don't agree with your sentence, and I made that clear. Any appeal you file, we will be there to be certain you don't get out. You are a threat to society and will hurt others again if you are free. You are a habitual offender. You had priors that didn't make it into this case, but we all know your temper. It's documented. You should stay right where you are until you take your last breath. I'm including my phone number again in case you prefer calling instead of email. Oh, sorry, my dogs are freaking out. Just a thought, July 4th is fast approaching. I wonder if you can hear the fireworks where you are. Do you have those awful thin windows covered in who knows what that you can barely see the light through? Damn, that must suck being locked up like a caged animal. Speaking of animals, do you miss Peyton, your dog? Anyway, that's all for now. Have a nice day.
Oh boy. In your face, says Marilyn M. He's got no heart or brain.
No.
How do you say Dr. B.B. Malloy or
Debbie.
I thought it was Debbie, but then I see DR, like doctor. I don't know. Debbie. Okay, thank you. That's easy. He has no heart or brain. Wow. No. Howard's like, when can you release your book, Rebecca? Do you know a timeline yet?
I don't. We're getting closer. Let's just put it that way. I can tell you that much, and that's only based on something that happened today that nobody knows about. So.
I was going to ask if you have to wait for the appeal. All right. We're going to talk after, right? No matter how tired we are. Okay. All right. Twisted. Sometimes deviant revenge is subtle like that. He never thought he would do time, but he did, and went back on probation violations. Okay. That's a little bit of Lisa. Okay. So, that's what her story is. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Some people never want to learn.
So the next one is dated July 15th, 2025. I watched the treadmill video again yesterday. You picked my baby up like a piece of trash. You bit him on his head for several seconds. You could see him almost crouch down to avoid the bite. My baby kept running. He knew the punishment would be severe if he didn't. I get even more angry, sad, and depressed when I see what you did to him. How do your parents stand by you? I know a lot of people think the treadmill incident is what killed Corey. The media got it wrong, but that's how it's been reported. I know you were pissed off the morning Brianna dropped Corey off. You knew he told the doctors what you were doing to him, and you knew if he went to the child abuse exam that day, it would be revealed. You had been up all night with some girl you met on one of the many hookup sites you frequented. You were tired, but mostly you were angry at Corey for telling the truth about you. I can imagine the beating started as soon as Corey walked in. I have to think you delivered the final blow early in the morning and left him to suffer for hours. We know you were texting two of your hookups and eating McDonald's as Corey lay there dying. I know Corey was thinking about his mommy and me. Even though we were not there, I know Corey knew we loved him, and he died knowing how much my family loved him. When he was around 2, I started telling him, even if I wasn't with him, I was always in his heart and he was in mine. I know that comforted him as he was dying. I told him, wherever he is, if he looks at the moon, I'll be looking at the same moon. I am still trying to absorb all of this. The abuse, his death. You and your family are made of ice, so cold, no emotion. Nobody shed a tear for Corey. Sickening. He was a child, their grandchild. I'm wondering, after the final blow, when you realized you went too far, did Corey say anything? Did he cry, ask you to stop? I saw you in the emergency room when you realized he was going to die. The staff probably thought you were upset about that, but I saw it for what it was. You were thinking, oh shit, how can Daddy fix this? You left Corey alone to die, and although that was a scumbag thing to do, we are glad your face was not the last face he saw as he took his last breath. You ran away. We all know your dad got you an attorney immediately. You left Corey dying and ran to Tennessee. There was speculation that you were heading to Mexico. Who knows? I look at pictures of Corey and I can't imagine wanting to harm him. He was so kind and loving. Sometimes I can still hear him saying, "Hey, Gma." I miss him so much. Do you comprehend what you did? I know you put a notice of appeal in, and you have until the end of July to file it. I'm sure your attorney will ask for more time to go over transcripts and other stuff. What will you base the appeal on? Ineffective counsel? Mario did the best he could. It's not easy defending someone he knows is guilty. There wasn't much he could do. So if not ineffective counsel, then maybe the two cases being combined. But Judge Ryan thought long and hard about that and allowed it. Can't think of anything else you would appeal. I hear you are keeping busy in there, sucking up to the guards, etc. Do they know why you're there? Or do you tell them Bree did something and you're going to prove it? I'm shocked. It's been almost a year in prison and nobody has beaten your ass yet. Guess you're in protective custody. Gotta protect the criminals. Corey wasn't protected. Do you feel anything? Guilt, sadness? I doubt it. I wish you could spend an hour in my head. You'd be sitting in a corner rocking back and forth. My thoughts are like scrambled eggs, all mixed up. You caused this. My mental incapacity. Not sure if you know, but just prior to you killing Corey, I was injured at work. I had a spinal fusion surgery that failed. I was evaluated for disability due to not being able to stand or sit for long periods of time. I was already depressed due to the injury and not being able to take care of myself. Then you killed Corey, and that made my depression and anxiety worse. When I had the evaluation for disability and involved a mental evaluation. I won't share the entire evaluation, but what I thought was a physical disability ended up being a diagnosis as a mental disability as well. PTSD, nightmare disorder, anxiety, depression. You did this to me. I'm on medication that is given to soldiers who suffer from PTSD. The nightmares wake me up. They seem real. You are in them. I know you're happy that you did this, but it's not stopping me. I can no longer work, but I'm keeping busy. I make sure Corey's story is heard, and I'm keeping his memory alive. He was so much more than that boy from the treadmill video. Send me a pic of your new home from your iPad. I'd love to see what you've done with the place. Talk soon. Have a nice day. Rebecca, Corey's Gma forever.
Oh, gee. Rebecca. My goodness. We have a couple of comments. We have Debbie. My heart is breaking for you, Rebecca. Hugs, prayers, broken heart. Marilyn has something profound to say. If I had his number like you do, I would never stop sending these letters. Deserved slaps given monthly. Like, I love how she says, if I had his number like you do, Rebecca, you got his number, Rebecca. It's so well. I say, well said. You got his number. You know him like a book.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But nobody listened.
No, they did not. And that's why your channel is called Can You Hear Me Now? ? Exclamation.
That's right.
It's not just Can You Hear Me Now? ? It's Can You Hear Me Now? ? Exclamation, like screaming.
Yep.
We have a comment, Lolo Moon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You have a lot of strength, Rebecca. You may not feel it, but we all do.
Thank you.
That's true. Oh, little bit of Lisa says, send me a pic of your new place. I love that. Yes, thank you for remembering these little inside things, because I should be typing in there all the things I think they're funny. That's a great one. Yeah.
So I just, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
Nope.
I just want to read the last one, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to.
I have a little break that we can do. The new song is uploaded and ready to play, and it's called something very special. So let's finish with the song, and I have a little break for us.
Okay, I just have one more to read, and then we could do that real quick if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
The last one is dated August 2nd, 2025. This is a little something I've titled Farewell to the Monster in My Head. I won't write his name because you don't deserve to read it. I won't say yours because that's not what I call you. You murdered my 6-year-old grandson. You ripped him out of this world in the most brutal, senseless, unforgivable way. I've written to you each month, not because you deserve to hear from me, but because I needed to scream into the void you left behind. I wanted you to feel the weight of what you did, the weight we carry every single day. But here's the truth. You'll never feel what we feel. You'll never know what it's like to bury a child who did nothing but trust and love the world. You'll never understand the destruction you caused because people like you are empty inside. You didn't just kill a little boy, you shattered an entire family. And don't think for 1 second that the blame rests on your shoulders alone. I hold your parents, your family, and anyone who enabled you just as responsible. Whatever broken, soulless environment you came from helped create the monster you became. The silence, the excuses, the blind eye, they all paved the road to my grandson's death. They raised this. They protected this. I have spent too many days letting your name live in my mouth, your face in my mind, your act of evil in my bones. This is the last letter you will ever receive from me. I will not waste one more word, not one more drop of energy on you. You are not worth it. You never were. I will never forgive you. I will never forget what you did. but I am done giving you access to my grief. I choose now to take that pain and protect what little peace I have left. I will carry my grandson's love with me, not your shadow. You are nothing to me now. You never will be again. Do not expect another letter. I am finished. I will continue my work to keep my grandson's memory alive. I will tell his story. I pray every appeal you file is denied. I pray you get released in the near future in a cadaver bag. You don't deserve to get out and live. It's my belief that you should get what you give, especially when it comes to harming children. I say children because my grandson was not your first victim, although the others lived to tell their story. A year ago today, I sat in a courtroom in Ocean County watching you, waiting for an ounce of remorse or a tear to fall from your dead eyes. It never came. You did shake your head in disbelief when I spoke the truth about you. I told the truth about you and your family when I read my impact statement. I wanted to say more, but was convinced the judge would give you a lesser sentence if I did. If I knew then what I know now, I would have said so much more. Your dad should win an award for taking the stage that day and trying to redeem the Gregor name. Ha ha, poor guy. Everyone could see right through him. Maybe he should have said, "We miss our grandson," or offered condolences to my daughter and the rest of my family. But in true Gregor fashion, Mr. Highly Decorated State Trooper instead takes the floor and talks about all the good your family did for my grandson. Well, Mr. Officer, my grandson is dead, and he was very much alive and happy before you people came along. I cursed the judge under my breath for allowing your dad to take the floor, but then realized maybe it wasn't so bad. Your dad let the world know what they were already thinking. My grandson didn't mean anything to you or your family. He was a mistake in your eyes and theirs, and your dad was going to fix this mistake, as he had done so many times in the past. But this time it cost a 6-year-old boy his life, and you all have to live with that and answer for it when the time comes. I often wonder how your family can stand by your side. You abused Liam in their home. You abused all of your ex-girlfriends, one resulting in a restraining order. One had an abortion because you beat her so often she knew if she had the baby you'd abuse it too. Laura must be a special kind of dirtbag to be in a relationship with a child murderer. Can you detect the hate and bitterness in my words? It will remain forever. My grandson was so special to me and so loved, something you wouldn't know about. You were raised by cold, unfeeling people, and I believe you were jealous of my grandson because you could see how much he was loved. You were jealous of the relationship Brianna had with him. You wanted her to love you like she loved him. She would never love you. You made her physically ill. She would come home from your apartment and tell me she didn't know how long she could continue being nice to you, surrendering to your demands, every sickening one of them. She did it to protect her son, and that infuriated you. You knew she hated you. She found you repulsive. She would never willingly give herself to you. You had to take her unwillingly. But I think that's what you like, you sick freak. I have watched the video of you taking my grandson's lifeless body into the hospital. You acted as if you were on an afternoon walk. You stood patiently at the reception desk in the ER as if he had a splinter or something. No sense of urgency. A father would have called an ambulance, even if it meant the police would respond, which would have led to you being questioned and possibly detained. Even after the hospital staff realized the severity of my grandson's situation, you were texting one of your 2 hookups. Once you realized he was dying, you called Daddy. Here's my thoughts. You called Daddy. He tells you the ER will have to report this to the police, and Daddy, being the highly decorated state trooper, told you to get out of there because you would be questioned and detained. Then Daddy calls Stafford Police to report an unaccompanied death. Your only concern was the dog. You asked your parents to take care of the dog. You were definitely the definition of dirtbag. I am grateful my grandson didn't have to see your face as he took his last breath. My wish for you is you experience what you did to my grandson and take your last breath alone and afraid just like he did. I pray I'm still here to get that news. I will plan a celebration. I might even come to your funeral if you have one. I will definitely visit your grave unless you're cremated. because I'm going to piss right in your face. I'm not well and I don't pretend to be. You did this to me. But for now, I have to walk away from this, from you. I owe it to my family and to myself. I will keep your appeal and parole, etc., on my calendar and speak and fight for continued justice for my grandson. But this is my farewell to you, the monster in my head. Have a nice day.
Oh, 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 crazy. Oh, Rebecca, little bit of Lisa. Rebecca is a mother dragon spewing fire on that piece of shit that stole her grandson.
Yeah.
Viper, testimony of a warrior that won't fall down, won't back down, and won't let the light of an angel fade by darkness and evil super respect that Rebecca. I hope these are published. I know, absolutely. Like Rebecca's read these letters, but she read them like one at a time, I think, if I remember correctly.
It was
But
as I wrote them monthly. I was on Guilty of Crime with Jay. She allowed me to go on and read them, and then Toddy also. And that's how things started. And so I read them, you know, they were spread apart monthly. And so I've never read them all at once, but they are in my book. So they're there.
this is the first time that they have been read consecutively ever. And that is absolutely powerful. Absolutely. I am blown away, Rebecca. Oh my gosh. I mean, they should be published the way they are. The monster in my head. It could be called so many things. Your book, if you put these publishing the book, of the poems.
Yeah, I've already titled the book, but
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, you could tell them the name of your book.
I think
right?
everybody already knows. Yeah, it's
Well, there might be new people. Does everybody know the name of her book? Well, you can mention it again.
It's called "Can You Hear Me Now?" The Life and Death of Corey Travis Micciolo.
Okay, there we go. I love it when you say that. And Marilyn says, so much power all at once. So many bad vibes traveling to Gregor right now. Cheers. Cheers. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That was the last letter so far, right? So let's do a poll.
Let's
do a poll. Put number 1 if you think Rebecca should not write any more letters. That it's not really good for her. These were perfect, and and number 2, if you think she should write another letter. And Rebecca, then you can talk about how you feel about it, because that was what we wanted to talk about at the end. So if you guys want to put a 1 or a 2, or just say what you want. Should she write the letters? All right. Oh, 2. Bitch. There we go. We have a 2. Lisa. All right. Thank you. Just watching me said 2 also. Rebecca will know exactly what to do. Well, we're going to, yes, absolutely. She will. Of course. Rebecca knows exactly what she does when she wants to. Rebecca, do you want to play that new song? And you know what it's called, Rebecca? It is called You Are Already in Hell. Do you want to take a break and
pretty accurate, right?
Song?
Yeah, but I hope everybody will stay and listen to the song.
Yes.
I'm going to come back on after. I'm going to decide what part of the book I'm going to read.
She's going to. Yeah, Rebecca wants to read some of her book, and this is just Rebecca's possibly her new intro. So it's just going to be a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, or just check out Evil Ghost and come back right back. But or listen to this song; it's amazing. This is Rebecca connects with this song. Rebecca's chosen this song to maybe introduce her lives. So, and she's going to pick out what she's going to read from the book. So here it is. Let's hope it goes.
You thought I'd disappear. You thought the fire would die. But you forgot one thing. Some scars don't break a man, they build a weapon. I wake up every morning with a battle in my vein. Another chapter written from the ashes and the pain. You thought I'd fade away. You thought I'd lose my name. But every shot you fired only fed the flame. You're standing in the mirror, trying to hide what you became, while I'm climbing through the darkness and I'm forging my own fate. When you see my face, I hope it brings you hell. Hope it brings you hell. Hope it rings that bell. When you hear my name, I hope you feel the weight of every lie you told and every choice you made. When you see my rise, I hope it burns your pride. Hope it shows you everything you tried to hide. You had your chance, now the story tells. When you see my shadow, I hope it brings you hell. You built your little kingdom out of whispers and disguise. Wore a crown made out of rumors while you buried all your lies. You thought nobody noticed. You thought nobody could see. But the truth has a way of haunting every ghost eventually. Now I'm standing like a thunderstorm you never saw rise. The one you tried to bury is the one who stayed alive. And maybe once I cared, maybe once I believed. But the person you betrayed is the person you release. When you see my face, I hope it brings you hell. Hope it brings you hell. Hope it tells the tale. When you hear my name, I hope you feel the sound of a fallen warrior who refused to stay down. When you see my fame, I hope it burns your pride. Hope it shows you everything you left behind. You played your games, now the truth prevails. When you see my shadow, I hope it brings you hell. Tomorrow you'll be wondering how the pieces slipped away, how the person you dismissed became the storm you face today. You'll search for an excuse, you'll rewrite what you've done, but history remembers who was hiding and who won. I don't need your apology, I don't need your fake regret. I turned every broken moment into something you won't forget. You can keep your memory, they're ashes in the wind. You can keep your promises, they were broken from within. Look me in the eyes now, see the monster you helped create. Every scar became a weapon, every loss became a fate. You wanted me defeated, you wanted me to fall, but the voice you tried to silence is now louder than them all. When you see my face, remember what you did. When you hear my name, remember who you betrayed. When you see my rise, remember every lie. When you feel the fire, know I survived. When you see my face, I hope it brings you hell. Hope it brings you hell. Hope it breaks the spell. When you hear my name, I hope it shakes your soul, because the one you tried to bury now controls the road. When you see my fame, I hope you understand. You never broke me, you only built this man. The war is over, but the story tells. When you see my shadow, I hope it brings you hell. I hope it brings you hell. The fire you started became the light I carry. The enemy you created became the legend you remember.
Woo! Woo!
That was
Whoa.
amazing. I really love that one. I mean, I love both.
So do I.
I love it. Really love it.
Howard wrote, love this name of the song and already know it's really good. Teresa, awesome song. Marilyn M, she's amazing. And she writes, chills, bravo. Amazing. And Teresa said she will be sharing. Beautiful fam here. Beautiful song, full of feelings. Powerful song to back a powerful lady. Twisterella. Lightning, Viper. It's about betrayal from someone supposed to protect you. It's a reflection of stepping out of hell and fighting the demons with everything you are. Ugh. See that up there, Rebecca?
I do. I see it.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you. We love you, Viper. He so gets it. Right? Yeah. So,
Yeah,
goosebumps and tears. Goosebumps and tears. And that's it. So, I'm really glad we played that. Thank you.
Me too.
Okay. So what's up now, Rebecca? What's the plan?
Well, I'm not sure what I've already read to people.
Well, pretend. I don't know.
You know, I feel like I want to read, I want to read, and if I've already read this, you know, anybody in the chat can tell me and I'll go to something else. But I feel like I want to read this part so people get an understanding of, you know, what Corey's life was like with Chris very early on.
So this is excerpts from the book.
From the
Can you
book.
hear me now?
Right.
The story of Corey Travis Micciolo.
Right. So I'm going to start at right about here. And again, if anybody has already heard this, let me know. Bree picked him up from school Wednesday afternoon. And Corey would stay with us Wednesday afternoon until Sunday night. And Monday morning, Bree would take him to school, and then he would go to Chris's house. But anyway, Wednesday afternoon, Brianna picked Corey up and immediately noticed what looked like rug burn on the side of his face. Once she got him home, she noticed the rug burn was down the entire side, or the entire one side of his body. Bree asked what happened, and Corey said his daddy made him run on a treadmill because he was fat. So the treadmill had been used as punishment very early on in the Gregor household. I know you guys saw the horrific treadmill video during the trial. Imagine how often he made Corey run on that thing over almost a 2-year period prior to his death. Brianna called DCP&P, and as usual, they went to the Gregor house and were fed lies, and nothing was done. Corey was always so sad when he had to go back to Chris. When Corey was there, we were allowed video calls ordered by the court. You could tell Corey wasn't alone during these calls, and he was coached on what he could say. We would say things like, "Is that your room that you're in?" So the next phone call, there would be a sheet behind Corey, a bed sheet hanging, and we couldn't see anything. Very strange. There was one call where Corey lifted his hair from his forehead to show us a bruise. Corey had gotten very good at speaking in code and showing us bruises during these calls. We would call DCP&P and after the call and report the bruises, but nothing was done. Corey would get upset with us for making him go with Chris. He didn't understand why he had to go. Things got so bad that we started doing drop-off at the police station. Once we sent Corey with new white Adidas sneakers on. When he was dropped off to us, the sneakers had blue permanent marker all over them. I knew Corey didn't draw on his shoes. Another time, Bree and I had taken Corey for a haircut. He waited patiently, watching the others in the barber shop get their haircut, saying how handsome they looked. Corey was so excited to get a haircut, he couldn't wait to look handsome like those he had patiently watched. He got lines cut into his hair, and he was smiling and so proud of his haircut. He went to Chris later that day, and when Chris dropped him off at the police station, it was dark, so I didn't get a good look at Corey until we went into the grocery store. That's when I noticed, I can't read this. That's when I noticed chunks of hair missing and bald spots in Corey's head. I asked Corey what happened, and he said his daddy said his haircut was stupid and he looked like a wigger. Not sure if I spelled that right because I don't know if it's a real word, but that's what Corey said his dad told him. Once again, we called DCP&P to report this. I considered it emotional abuse, but guess what? Nothing was done. Chris was pure evil to Corey, and it just got worse the more he got away with it. Corey was so afraid of him, and Chris knew it. I remember one night I had just gotten Corey from Chris, and we were walking into my apartment, and Chris drove by in his parents' white SUV with a hoodie on. You couldn't see his face. It was scary, and Corey really freaked out, screaming and crying. Chris just drove by real slow. That same night, my tires were slashed, and I called the police, but nothing was done, even though they found Chris a block away from my house. Another time, I'm sorry about my dogs barking.
That's okay. I have a dog. And there's a reason that dogs bark.
Another time after the exchange at the police station, Chris chased me at a high rate of speed, trying to run me off the road, and Corey was in the car. Another time, my daughter Nikki was getting Corey out of the car to do the exchange, and David almost ran her over. And there were cameras in the parking lot at the police station. But when we made a report, the police claimed there were no cameras and that it didn't happen. So I'm going to stop there, only because I just want to stop at that point. But I'm just trying, I wanted to read that part to you because it just proves what we've said all along. Nobody heard us, nobody listened, and the treadmill had been used prior. to punish Corey. It wasn't his first time, as I think a lot of you, if you watch the treadmill video, you could see that Corey was used to that punishment.
Absolutely. Yes. That described exactly what was going on. And no, Rebecca, you never read that part. You never read that. I think you read about Kristen. Kristen might have been in one of the ones.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, you did not read that. It's the first time I've heard it. And the puppy is feeling, who is that? Piper? Who is
It's both of them. The guys are out in the farm picking or going through the crops over there, and you know, they're freaking out. They want to get out there and chase.
Uh-oh. The puppy's feeling too. That's so funny. Well, the book, let me tell you, with all the photos that you're adding and these storylines and the letters, the prison letters, that's going to be very, very, very
And
interesting.
some court documents and other things.
You said court documents and other things, right?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to that.
I'm excited about it. I just, you know, I just want to be able to do it already before I'm dead, because I don't know that my kids will publish it if I'm not here to push the issue.
So take a deep breath. You got through every letter, and they were amazing.
I did. And I just want to say that if anybody is dealing with anything even close to what we dealt with, I'm not telling people to break the law, but I'm telling you, if this, the way I feel now and how I've changed over the years, I don't know what I would do. But I'm telling anyone who's listening that if this is happening to you, don't take no for an answer. Just keep fighting, and don't send that child back to the other parent if you think they're being abused. And if the child says they're being abused, I don't care if God himself comes down and tells you to send that child back to the abuser. Do not send that child back at whatever cost, because if we didn't send Corey back, he would probably still be here. That's just my own personal opinion.
And then what would have happened to you? Right?
Well, Bree would have gotten in trouble. She would have probably been put in jail for obstructing or failing to complete a
visitation.
court
But
order.
you know what? Not with abuse. Not in your in any other situation. Yes, that might be the case. In your situation, they were peeling the onion of the treadmill. So in this case, well, I'm not even going to go there. Let's change that. So Teresa said it's a shame to hear how the situation has failed this family, this precious child. And you are serving all the children right now. God bless Rebecca.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your book, Marilyn, I'm here for it when it's time, Rebecca. Bless. That's beautiful. That's great. Well, I'm really happy for you.
For your continued support and for tuning in and giving us your time. I appreciate it.
Yes, and I really appreciate everybody hopping on, and whoever watches the replay, thank you so much for coming on. I know.
And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to do the Tuesday Talk at 10, where we're going to talk about addiction and recovery. We have a very special guest. I think you guys will want to hear what he has to say. And I think his story I think it's going to be amazing. I don't know his story, so it'll be the first time I'm hearing it. And I'm looking forward to it. He's been very good to us, and he, just recently shared Corey's story and did a live on his channel. And, so hopefully you guys can tune in. And oh, Kathleen, hi, welcome.
Yep.
Please watch the replay if you can.
Yeah, she's been on for a little while. She
Oh,
came in a
okay.
little
I'm
while
sorry.
ago.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We didn't announce everyone
I'm
that
just
came in a
saying
little
it.
bit.
Sorry about that, Kathleen. I didn't realize, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we need
Again,
2 more subscribe. Wait, one more thing. We need 2 more subscribers. That's all for tonight. So I'm hoping when we wake up in the morning, we'll have them.
that'd be great. You know, I mean, it's been about a year since I started the channel. It's been very slow, like building it, you know, up. It has not been easy. I don't have, you know, I can't focus on it 24/7 because there's other stuff happening in life. I wish I had more time, but Mindy's been helping a lot. And I think that's been you know, one of the reasons why we're getting to where we are, because she has time to put in it. And all the people that have supported and promoted the channel, you know, I can't thank them all enough, and they know who they are. And thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. And I hope to see you in the morning. And again, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone.